It's impressive how quickly I manage to forget things when I'm in the middle of playing games. Welcome back to Let's Play Beyond Citadel. Last time, in Zone 1-3, I just completely walked past the archive file, so we didn't get to see the picture, the sister and the brother. I'm going to presume this is the martyr and Elulu before the end of the world happened. They're pretty consistent hairstyles, I gotta say. Anyways, moving on, for other things that I kind of just glossed over, when we got the Cloth of Faith, which we're actually not wearing because I reloaded my file and we haven't actually picked it up yet, one thing to note about the Cloth of Faith is that it gives you 25% damage reduction. Obviously, you can read that on the screen, but I didn't draw attention to it. Obviously, also, or at the very least, you can stand to reason that any more cloth that we pick up after this will also give us further damage reduction. Although the second upgrade is not that significant, going from 25% to 33% is not that much of an increase. Anyways, we could move on to Zone 2 now, but before we do, we've got an EX level to check out, so let's drop in. Like I said last time, anytime you clear a zone, the door to a new EX stage will open up. These are replacements for the bonus levels in the previous game. They are not hidden, they are just in Sanctuary, and you can address them at your leisure. My leisure is right now. EX levels will be opened only after defeating the Trumpeters of the Apocalypse. Alright, Zone 1 EX, and we are in the Limbo. Looks like we've got something of a little bit different. It's almost sort of like an industrial district. Let's bring out our storm rifle here, as it's quite effective for this stage. We'll also want to pick up the spare magazine and some of this rifle ammo, which we are actually full on that. Got some an auto mag and some 44 ammo if we need it, which we do not. So let's move on. We've got a new type of enemy over there, Pistoliers. They drop magnum ammo, and they quickly ready their pistols to pop off some low damage but accurate shots at you, so be mindful when dealing with them. We want to be a little bit careful. Hey, somebody's sneaking up on me. Almost got bludgeoned with maces in the back. Once again. There's another pistolier heading for us. Nothing we can't handle, though. We are going to be flush with magnum ammo. That is, if we could pick up any more. Anyways, the reason to play EX levels is because they are rich in supplies, as well as giving you some permanent upgrades, blessings and whetstones. The whetstones aren't too important, but the blessing can often be quite nice. Let's throw that explosive barrel over there, and that did not get any kills for us. Let me see. Let's head over to this box here. I always want to open up these boxes because sometimes they'll have repair fragments for us, and those are very, very handy. Also, it helps to poke out and then duck behind cover to get the attention of enemies. Let's see what we got over here. Just take this one out, keep blasting. There comes another shotgun trooper. One little detail that I like with the guns in this game, specifically the mag-loaded automatic ones, is that as the gun begins to empty, the sound of the fire actually does begin to change a little bit as it's starting to click through the empty magazine more and more. I just think that's a nice little touch. Don't you? Don't you? Well, I think it's nifty. Anyways, heading up here, we got more shotgun troopers, and like I said, the EX levels tend to be rich in supplies, rich in treasure chests for us to open, giving us more money to work with, which is always handy, always appreciated. Saw some enemies poking through the wall here. Can I hit them? Nah. Those blast doors are actually quite effective at protecting them, so nothing we can really accomplish by hitting those. Now, beyond the upgrades that lie within EX levels, there is also another collection quest to attend to in these. If we head over here, you may notice there is a dialogue prompt, and, well, you seem to be having a rough time over here, buddy. Hey! Is someone there? I'm stuck here. I can't pull myself out from this damn thing. Help me, someone! Anyone? This fellow is Wen, and we cannot help them. However, every EX level has a hidden NPC within it, and when you find them at the end of the level, if you have found them, you will gain a Steam achievement. I've already found all the NPCs, so I have all the Steam achievements in this game, but for the sake of completion, I will locate them all in this Let's Play as well. I don't know if they are intended to be references to anything specific, whether, oh god, whether it be specific games, or perhaps they are just projects from the creator's back catalog that never really went anywhere. Not sure. Regardless, it's not really that big a deal. It's just a fun little Easter egg you can find in most of these levels. When you grab that key, those shutters open up, and oh god, oh god. I'm so focused on explaining things that sometimes I just let myself get utterly annihilated with shots. But yeah, once you grab the key, those shutters open up, revealing more enemies to take you out. They're not too big a deal. Now that we have medium armor, we're actually faring a lot better. Plus the Cloth of Faith, obviously. 25% global damage reduction, plus the reduction of the armor that lasts much longer than our flak poncho. Just looking around here to make sure there aren't any treasures I would miss, and I would miss this if I just kept soldiering on. Anyway, let's continue on and actually unlock that door. There's a whole load of supplies for us to get here. We're also heading indoors, so I'd like to use the sawn-off repeater for a little bit of close-quarters supremacy. Helps out a lot in those situations. Anyone over here? Nope. Just want to be cautious. Do not want to get a load of rifle shots to the face. We just want to make sure that enemy is dead. Doesn't produce a pistol to shoot us in the back. Anyone here? Doesn't look like it, but we do have some supplies. Let's pop these suckers open. There we go. That's what I was talking about. Repair bonuses. Very helpful. We're also full up on blood bags now, so I might actually sell a couple when we have a chance to revisit. Ooh, another new enemy over there. Rocket Trooper. These enemies are heavily, and I mean heavily armored, so what we actually want to do here is load in a slug round and then just immediately blast them in the face. As you can see, we can also shoot through their rocket, and that causes an explosion that damages them, as well as those around them. You can shoot rockets out of the air, so make sure you know that technique. Let's use up some of our supplies here, grab a blood bag, and keep looking around. We don't want to be too careless in our exploration here, because it is possible to miss the upgrades in these levels. Much like some of the bonus levels in the Citadel, the upgrades aren't always on the beaten path. Actually, I was right by the key, so I should have just gone this way to begin with. Regardless, we got food enhancement. The food bonuses, which I think it's kind of funny that they're referred to as apples, because they sure don't look like apples, but food bonuses now restore 2 on the food gauge, and more importantly, because they restore health now, they restore 2 health. Very nice to see food bonuses when we have that in effect. One detail that I would like to take a look at is that you can actually check the loaded munition of your gun, or check the chamber by just holding the corresponding weapon button. It's just a nice little detail. That was pointed out to me in the comments, and I thought I should show that off. Anyways, we've got elite acolytes over here. They are very vulnerable to slug rounds, particularly if you can land a headshot. So what we want to do there is hopefully break this barrel. Yeah, unfortunately, explosive barrels, not as effective as you might expect from other video games that feature them. Certainly, this is not Resident Evil 4 when it comes to exploding barrels. This is a bit intensive on our grenade supplies, but I do definitely think it's worth it to use them to take out the elite acolytes. Elite acolytes are way, way more durable in this game than they were in the Citadel, so you actually do want to use those high-powered munitions against them. With our carbine, we can now do actually some pretty decently effective sniping with it. It's not great, but let me actually hold my breath there. Make sure that I'm lighting those shots up. As you can see, the damage is quite low, but the elite acolyte does not really aggro until they get super close, so not a big deal. Okay, they're aggroed now. There we go. Finally got them. I probably would have been faster just run up and blast them with some slug rounds, but I just felt like doing that. Okay, yeah. I was pretty sure that wasn't that one that just wandered out. Anyways, hit it right in the head with the slug round, and honestly, just a couple more regular shotgun blasts, we're good to go. Yeah, so don't underestimate the value of slug rounds in Beyond Citadel. They actually can be quite helpful in this game. Also note that elite acolytes can drop fusion cells for you. You rarely ever found fusion cells in the Citadel, so it's actually quite nice to be able to pick up a supply of them organically and not have to worry about going out of your way to buy them from Tycho. Let's, ooh, that was the carbine. The alt fire for the carbine, that's not the weapon I was looking for. At least I got rid of that. The alt fire for the carbine shoots like a 5-way explosive round. It's not that useful, but it's there if you want it. There we go. Yeah, it takes a lot more gunfire from everything else to take out elite acolytes if you don't use slug rounds. They're our best counter to them at this stage of the game, though we will get ones that are a bit faster and don't require as much precision with the aiming. Okay, heading back this way. Now that we've got the last key, this door over here, it can be opened. Hey, food bonus. Let's just take that real quick. Get that 2 HP back. That Let's also grab this ammo real quick. No good letting that go to waste, eh? Open this up, get our whetstone, which improves our melee weapons. I was actually, same comment that informed me, it was Mad Eye Wolf, informed me that or rather requested or mentioned checking the chambered bullet. Also mentioned that melee weapons originally were much stronger in this game, but a patch that was released shortly after it launched, and well before I actually started playing it, nerfed them considerably, so that's why they're not that impressive. Speaking of melee weapons, we've got some spare money here, so why don't we hit up Chloe real quick and just show off the other melee weapons. Now, the Misericord is not one I'm ever going to use. This is a really, really ineffective weapon. Just look at this ineffectual poke here. It's you can also do the middle mouse button to do a horizontal swipe, but it's just not that good. I would not recommend ever using this weapon. Now, the other weapon that we can get, and this one's actually pretty interesting, the Karambit. If we equip this one, we'll find that it is actually a set of twin knives, and you can upgrade your fisticuffs more or less with this. And this is actually probably the most effective melee weapon in the game. You can still throw your throwing knives if you want to. Also, just to show this off, throwing knives throw pretty slowly and in an arc, so they are not particularly good for distance fighting, despite the fact that they are technically a ranged option. Not something I really care to use. I won't be using melee weapons too often in this game. Also, when you complete the EX level, your supplies restore inside the Sanctuary, so that's very nice. I gotta find the one that is doing med supplies. Let's see, is it you, Elsevier? No, your armor. And let's see, you are... It's gonna be the last one I check, isn't it? Yeah, you are spare mags. Fortunately, I do remember that one over there as weapons. Sorry, I haven't memorized their names. This one is Benandati. This guy is our supply guy. Let's sell off some of these things. Sell off all our O2 cylinders, because it will, like I said, when you need O2 cylinders, the game is pretty good about supplying you with them. Let's grab all these blood bags, and now we can start Zone 2 properly. Sanctuary is the mausoleum of the Machine Angels, martyred for the protection of humanity. The Machine Angels, none of whom remain on Earth today, did not exist as angels from the beginning. And we begin Act 2, Uninhabitable Earth. Starting things off, every zone begins with, this is Zone Urban, by the way, begins with a level that mostly serves as either a tutorial or an introduction to the zone you're about to go into. In this case, we get a new blessing. Power Grip has returned from the previous game, and it works a little bit more consistently, and I use it a bit more often in this game, but it's not something that's super critical. Definitely not the most interesting blessing we get in this game. And there are, you notice that now that the repeater is under 70% condition, it's starting to jam pretty frequently when we fire it. There's a little secret over here. You can also pick up some speed loaders and a snub-nosed magnum. I would not recommend pulling out the magnum for this stage, though. It's not super effective against all the things we're going to be dealing with. We've got spiders coming back, so let's just blast these guys center of mass with the carbine. Let's see here. For these acolytes, I like to make sure that I can shoot through their hammers. That got that spider's attention. Let's look at the map here. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. You can tell which enemies are spiders because their sprites are, their dots on the map are visibly bigger. Hey, I see you up there. Or rather, I see your hammers. Once again, get out the automatic weapon so you don't have to worry about shooting past the hammer. Remember that your weapons... Oh god, forget this. Oh my god. Die! There we go. Remember that your bullets do not penetrate through hammers. Somewhat frustrating, somewhat frustrating. Alright, we can probably use the shotgun for the rest of these guys. Let's just fire through this guy. Ooh, yeah, be careful there. These guys breathe fire pretty rapidly, and it can absolutely torch your health if you're not careful. So make sure you don't get cornered by these guys. Sometimes I forget to cock my shotgun also. Pump my shotgun also. Keep our eyes peeled for any additional health supplies here. Also, of course, got more acolytes, and sometimes they are quite generous with the blood bonuses. Hey, Kyrie, what's up? Oh, you don't know where to use the Blessing of Power Grip. Here is where you seek. Go on, they won't bite you. I'm not sure if she's referring to the spiders or the acolytes. The acolytes, for their part, they mostly just stick to throwing hammers at us. I'm glad somebody pointed out those are hammers. I gotta say, that makes a little bit more sense than if they were throwing bottles. I don't think they have serious alcohol problems. I don't think, anyway. I am getting sick of this. There we go. do a little bit of explosion splash damage. You'll probably notice right away that the acolytes do zip around pretty quickly, so it can be remarkably difficult to get a bead on them. There we go, using our power grip. Let's get up here. Hey, convenient. Hey, come on. I'm so excited to grab the supplies here, and they're just not letting me enjoy that. How rude, how rude. Yeah, boy. Muscle jump is still pretty bad. It's gonna be a bit before I invest any points into Wrath, but I will get there eventually. Makes it a little more consistent to hit enemies with quick bursts when you have a decent Wrath stat. Heading over this way, we've got a key to collect, the Key of the Black Diamond. This will allow us to progress through the level. Note that these introductory levels, just to reiterate, do not contain any power-ups, any secrets, nothing that you have to worry about collecting in these introductory levels. If there's a blessing to collect, it'll always be at the start. I like the music here, though. This one's pretty nice. Get some throwing knives there that I'm never going to use, and let's just do a quick sprint jump over this way, and into the Key of the Black Diamond door. Now, we gotta be careful here, because there's a few more spiders, a few more acolytes, plus various other things that are waiting to contest us as we enter this area, so let's be careful. Take them out pretty quickly. I should probably stick to crouching. I try to keep, a good grasp of how much ground speed I actually have. Crouching does slow you down pretty considerably, but the benefit to your aim is definitely something you can't discount. There we go. These guys are not too difficult to take out. Spiders also make pretty distinct noises, so you can usually tell... Oh, hey. That time, I think it was actually those blobs down there that were making that noise. Let's grab some gold pieces over there. 1165, not too bad. Now, our goal here is we've got to hit 4 panels. That set of doors over there is completely shut off until we activate all 4 panels. 2 of them are up top right here, and then the remaining 2 are down below. Now, let's see what we got down here. Forgive me, Master. Just this once. I have to go all out. Let's try the karambit on these things, and just punch through them. But one thing you have to be very mindful with the karambit. Your, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, ooh, yeah, your stamina drains really quickly with the karambit. Oh god, I was, yeah. So that's another good reason why I don't like using melee too much. Your stamina does not really support it, so we're going to get into standard sniping position. This is how you do it. And just shoot these guys out a little bit. Let's use up one of our numerous blood bags there. One thing to note, though, you do take damage pretty quickly in this game. It racks up very fast, so it is very easy to burn through your blood bag supplies, despite the generous amounts we have being thrown at us right now. The game isn't always going to be so gracious. Alright, I think we've gotten most of them. Let's just check our map. There we go. You can see where all of these switch panels are. But yeah, it's a good idea to take a good look at your map periodically to see if there are any enemies lying in wait. You don't want to round a corner just because you couldn't see an enemy on a mini-map. You suddenly find yourself getting absolutely lit up by an enemy that was just beyond your purview. The large map can help quite a bit with that. One thing to note about it, though, this does not actually pause the game. The game is still going while this map is up. It's more of an overlay than an actual menu. With that taken care of, we can now enter Zone 2 properly. Zone Urban is dominated by the second trumpeter, Sloan, the Demon of Temperance. Music's kind of rocking here. And, hey, new weapon. We've got the Infiltrator submachine gun. Now, I had pretty harsh words for the submachine gun in the Citadel, but the Infiltrator is actually pretty good. It also has a distinct niche that we'll be seeing not in this world, but in the next one. One other fun thing about it is you can pull out a riot shield while you have the Infiltrator equipped. Pretty cool detail, honestly. I kind of like that. But, like you'd expect of a submachine gun, it burns through its ammo pretty quickly, and its per shot damage, not super good, but hey, it stun locks the enemy effectively enough. Big, bit of ammo there to help us out, some more supplies if we need them, and more importantly than that, we've got some armor to refresh ourselves with. Let's get geared up real quick. Over this way, if we head into ye old shop, looks like Sister Chloe had a bit of an accident here and dropped some infiltrator ammo for us. I'll take it, I'll take it. I was transporting supplies, but there's been a bit of a mishap, so I've just thrown them out and I'm hiding here. Do me a favor and go deal with those unbelievers hanging around here, will ya? I was planning on it, though it's not like I have much of a choice. Note that there are some things to remark on here in the weapon shop. We could buy some satchel charges with detonators now, if we so desired. Also, generally, anytime you encounter a new weapon, it will appear in the shop. The Infiltrator hasn't shown up yet, but next time we see Chloe, it probably will be there, allowing us an option to buy a fresh one if we'd rather not spend points repairing it. Now, the first archive file of this level is super easy to miss, so what we want to do here is, having trouble actually getting up there, we can either, oh god, let's see, where is that coming from? Over here. Yeah, let's see, we want to just blast these guys. Make good use of your grenades against shielded enemies like that, but our best option to jump up to this one is probably like that. Yeah, I gotta make sure I time that just right. This is one thing that makes the hold toggle for the sprint a little frustrating. It can be kind of difficult to get these sprint jumps going just right. There we go. And then we can just make our way... Oh no, I was out of stamina, so I couldn't complete the second jump. Oh, that's unfortunate. Hold on a second. Okay, let's try that again. Yeah, your stamina actually does have a very real chance of running out in this game. Hey, this is the title art for the previous game. Nice little thing if you wanted a higher resolution of this picture for reasons I can't possibly imagine, but it's there. Maybe as a wallpaper for your desktop? Well, probably not. But let's not dwell too much on that and actually get into the level proper. Fortunately, the Virtue is in a bit more of an easy-to-spot place. Let's also grab some more ammo for our Infiltrator here. Generally, when a new weapon is introduced, the game absolutely throws ammo for it at you, so makes it a pretty easy way to get through the level. Let's load a slug round there. Okay, that was not who I wanted to hit, but they happen to be in the way. Let's just take out that guy if we can. And then this one, we're probably going to have to get in a little bit closer and hit that turret with a grenade. Whoa, God! And that one, too. Yeah, it's, don't be careless, don't be careless. Yeah, so that's one problem with the slug rounds there, is I do need to hit that headshot on the turrets in order to take them out with the slug round. Still, it's very effective against enemies that aren't turrets, so keep that in mind. Making our way over here. Hey, another new weapon. We get the Law rocket launcher. This is incredibly important. Obviously, like the Citadel, the upgraded launcher is a lot more valuable, but for right now, this is exactly what we need. So let's pull that out, and as you'd probably guess, oh god, we have things that are going to we need that for coming up very soon. Okay, let's get behind cover and take out a better weapon for this guy. This is a situation where the weapon wheel slowing down time can be quite handy. Also note that the splash damage from your explosions generally is not too much of a threat to you, so don't worry too much about that. Take that guy out with another grenade. I could blast him in the shoulder or hit him with a slug round, but the grenade is just an easier answer to that. Anyways, now let's get out the Law launcher. And over here, I saw it poking out. Oh, it must have backed up heavily. Let's just make sure we don't get caught out here. Let's hit this guy, and that's probably going to get its attention, which it did. We want to quickly pop out, fire off the Law shot, quickly pop out, fire the Law shot, and don't let ourselves get caught out for too long. Those mounted turrets from the tanks, those don't joke around. They will destroy you in no time flat, especially on Zealot mode. So yeah, that is why the game is being so generous with the Law ammo right now. About 4 rockets from the Law, and we will have them taken out. Let's re-up our rocket supply there. Now that that's taken care of, we can do a little bit more exploring before I continue on. Mostly going to be alternating between the Infiltrator and the Law going forward. Is that we're going to be coming across enemies that are largely effectively dealt by those weapons. Let's open up this chest here, get some more money, get our Virtue for the level, which, since we're maxed out on blood bag supplies, I'm actually going to take my next point of gluttony here to make sure that I'm able to collect more supplies. Next level, I'll be maxing out the Lust Virtue. Now, we've got some upgrades for our Infiltrator here, and I'm going to buy 2 of these. I'm going to buy the long magazine that doubles the amount of ammo it can carry. Very handy. I'm also going to buy the explosive machete rounds. This causes the rounds to, well, explode, dealing more damage. Now, the last upgrade that I'm going to pass on purchasing, even though I can afford it, is the suppressor. As you'd expect, this silences your shots, meaning enemies will not be alerted by the sound of the Infiltrator being fired. but that doesn't really do anything if you have the explosive rounds enabled, so keep that in mind. Personally, I find alerting enemies to my presence to be more of a good thing, because it allows me to just funnel them around corners and kill them that way. So I'm not too concerned about hiding or masking my presence, but it's an option there if you'd like it. Hey Colette, what's up? There are many differences between submachine guns and automatic rifles. Ammunition type, range, firepower. Submachine guns are designed for fully automatic fire, and their function differs from automatic rifles, which are primarily designed for semi-automatic fire. SMGs have a limited range and less accuracy, but unlike ARs, you will not suffer from muzzle jump. And indeed, unlike the submachine gun from the Citadel, recoil is much less of an issue with the Infiltrator, so I do find myself pulling this thing out pretty frequently, and hey, the Riot Shield is fun to use every now and again, and it can be a helpful way to kind of just gauge enemies and get them into good positions. Now, we want to be very careful heading out here, because what we've got coming up is we've got more tanks and we've got rocket soldiers, so we want to just take them very carefully. Hitting them with headshots with the carbine is actually pretty effective, and if you can blast their rockets mid-flight, the explosion from that actually does pretty remarkable damage to them. Speaking of blowing them up with rockets, that did not go very well. Want to be very careful, because you can see that tank just poking out there. And I don't want to alert it prematurely. Hey, getting some friendly fire there. There we go. Got that one. Now we can focus on getting rid of this tank. If you are out of rocket launcher rounds, the game is also pretty generous with the grenades here, so using the Storm Rifle's grenade launcher is also a valid option. We're pretty flush with high-grade explosives here. Oh, I can't see through the fire. Now, let's just let them try and blow themselves up with rockets. There we go. Get that destroyed mid-flight, let the explosion damage do some work for me, and of course the headshots also do pretty wondrous things. Did I blow up the rocket? Ooh, no, definitely not. Oof, I got some height from that one. Rocket jumping is not a dead mechanic. Oh god, I feel sorry for this one. We're not giving this corpse much due respect in their death. Now that that one's taken care of, and you do want to take this quite slowly. It feels like it might seem like I'm being overly cautious, but those tanks, they are not joking around. They will destroy your armor in no time flat, and your much weaker flesh, just slightly after that. One nice thing about the rocket troopers is that you probably stand to reason. They drop rockets, so that helps us out quite a bit with getting more usage out of the law. Note the condition of the law, though. It's already down to 64%. The rocket launchers burn out pretty quickly, so you want to make sure you're only using them when they're an absolute necessity. Coming through this gate here, we get another black diamond key and some more supplies to pick up. So let's grab our blood bag, let's grab our O2 cylinder, or our O2 canister, rather, and let's continue on. One thing to note is now that we have the medium armor, our sprint has slowed down a bit, but our slide speed has not mitigated, so that's why I'm sometimes just going into a sprint to slide. Then I can do a jump and maintain that momentum. That's one of the faster ways to move around until you start working on your greed stat. All these rockets here, no reason to let them go to waste, so I like to backtrack to top off my supply before going forward. Heading into this door with the key of the black diamond, let's just round this corner, hit this switch right here. I'm actually going to eat some food real quick, and that will top me off. I was thinking about grabbing that this first aid box, but because my food gauge was below 24, it really wouldn't have helped me to do that. Alright, so we want to be careful here. This section can be a little tricky. Look at all the enemies out there. One of those... excuse me, I had a hiccup coming up. One of those is a tank. I believe it's... that one in the top right, that one is the tank. So let's be careful heading out this way. And ideally we can cap all of the rifle troopers before we get the attention of the tank. Or at the very least, the ones that are proving to be a problem for me. Luckily, this one's not able to shoot over the barrier. Oh, I see that one over there. Note that these fences, only the lower half actually blocks bullets. The rest of it is fair game to shoot through. This ain't TF2 we're playing. Oh god, I can't see it through the mesh. We're going to have to move around here. Let's get behind cover, wait for them to fire. Actually, this is a good opportunity to use our riot shield. There's our explosive damage. Oh. I lost track of what I was doing there. I thought the tank was out here. I'm so used to the tank being drawn by my previous combat that I'm not used to it not being here. That actually makes things a lot simpler for me, though. So now we can just pull out the law. And there you are. Okay, and just pepper it with rockets. There we go. Rocket damage, little inconsistent. Usually it'll take around 4 rockets, but sometimes you get lucky. Your shots are true, and it'll take it out in just as little as 3 rockets. Very nice when that does happen. Let's, can't use the shield while sprinting. Silly me, silly me. But let's just keep this up, moving closer until I know where that person is. Yeah, the explosive rounds do also increase the kick to the submachine gun a little bit, so be mindful of that, but it's very good at stun locking the enemies. They generally are not able to ready their shots when they are having explosive rounds just emptied into their chest cavity, which, understandable. I probably would not fare much better. Ooh, we've got mortar cyborgs over there. What we want to do is, we want to use up some of these, grenades that we've been collecting, and we just want to fire it over there to blow up the mortars. I think I got both of them. The splash damage can sometimes be pretty generous. Let's hit that rifle trooper. Wasn't too worried about the other one being able to hit me over the barrier. Take that one out. We're good to go. Check it out. We've done it. Nothing else to grab here. We've already gotten the Virtue. We've already gotten the Archive, thankfully. So we're ready to move on. Let's get out of Zone 2-1 onto the next level. Once a weapon mod has been purchased, the purchase mod will not be lost when the weapon is discarded. I already went over that, but it's good to reiterate. And here we are in Zone 2-2, and some of you might be getting excited at the sight before us, but that's gonna have to wait for the next video. As always, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, though, goodbye.
I don't dispute the doubts you've outlined, but it's my right to waste your time.